Alright, what's up with the YouTube fam, man? I'm back again with another video. So listen, man. Okay, I done got like 10 messages to do this video today. And you know, I really couldn't even wait to do a reaction video. I went ahead and just looked at the video. Y'all already know I'm gonna tell y'all the real if I go ahead and check it out before I bring it to y'all. I seen the video already. I can't fake a reaction, you feel me? But yeah, man, it's a crazy situation. And everybody was saying, you know, basically the title of the video just basically said that this is why they don't post their children on Facebook and things like that. So basically it's a guy by the name of Reed Duran, if I'm not mistaken, and he actually went to a school. He portrayed to be a father to one of the children there, but his actions showed that he really wasn't supposed to be there. So they got really curious about him, and they actually called a police officer out there, and the police officer came out there and actually, you know, did some real good questioning on this guy, and he got some answers that nobody was expecting. And you know, I do want to say this before I move forward, man. Hey, it don't matter where you got children at, it don't matter what you do and how you do it, man. The way of the world right now is just so weird. There's so much spiritual warfare happening, man. People can just see your child one time walking with you somewhere. It can be anything. You don't have to be on social media. That's what people failing to realize. You can be anywhere and get your child seen, and somebody get a fantasy for them, or somebody can just want to do something to your child simply just to get back at you. So we really don't know the full extent to everything and how deep this really goes, but for us to see it on a surface level, you know, I do believe in privacy. I do believe keeping these children off the internet and things like that as much as possible, but at the same time, I can understand those who don't do it. I can understand the parents who want to show their children and things like that. I feel like you should keep it to a minimum, you know, pop out here and there, but as far as like broadcasting them all the time, I just don't feel like that's safe. Even though I did just say a whole bunch of different stuff, I want y'all to understand in totality what I'm really trying to say. It's okay to do it. It's just how you do it, you know what I'm saying? But in all actuality, it really don't matter what you do. If somebody want to get a hold to you, or they can actually just see you out somewhere, anything like that, man, all type of stuff can happen after that. But hey, let's go ahead and get into the video. I done gave y'all a little brief summary. It's a lot more to it, but I'm gonna let y'all watch the video and let the video do some talking. But y'all already know I am gonna stop it and pause it and holler at y'all and let y'all know what's going on. So yeah, but other than that, man, you know, if you don't want to hear me talking, just get up off of here, go find us somewhere else. But to all my loyal supporters and my new supporters, man, y'all know I'm not talking to y'all. All I want y'all to do is hit that like button for me and tell me what y'all feel about everything in the comment section. But other than that, man, let's get into it and see what's going on with this weird fucker. And some of this I didn't see, I gotta let y'all know that, but the body cam footage I did see it. Let's get into it.
Thank you, Caroline. We have new details about an attempted kidnapping at a school open house in Xenia.
Court documents reveal a man planned to use drugged candy to abduct a child from St. Bridget's School Monday night. 2 News reporter Allison Gens live in Xenia. Allison, what are we learning from those documents?
John Brooke, it was supposed to be a regular open house for St. Bridget's School. Students and parents were invited in to meet their teachers for the start of the school year. But one man decided to take advantage of those open doors, posing as a parent to get access to a child. Now, police on the case say they haven't seen anything like this before.
This is a unique experience. You know, I've been in law enforcement for 27 years, and this is the first time I've dealt with something like this.
According to court documents, 35-year-old Reed Duran of Fairborn entered St. Bridget's School during its Monday night open house, claiming to be the parent of a 5-year-old female student. St. Bridget principal Terry Atkins noticed something was off and alerted police. He told 2 News, quote, "I met the parent who he said he was, realized that the red flags were true, and I confronted him, got his true identity, and called police."
And the school did a fantastic job, and don't be afraid to say something. If you see something that strikes you as, yeah, that's not right.
The incident report says when police arrived on scene, Duran eventually admitted he was at the school to kidnap the child, telling police, quote, he wanted to touch the child like an adult. Duran voluntarily agreed to go back to the police department for an interview and was not handcuffed. In the interview room, Duran grabbed a pen from the table and attempted to stab an officer with it. The officer blocked the attack and handcuffed. During the interview, Duran admitted he had seen a photo and name of the child in the hallway. Information released by police Wednesday indicates there is no evidence Duran knew or stalked the girl or her family prior. Court documents.
So look, like I told y'all before, it was a whole bunch of speculation on the internet about this situation, just basically saying that he grew fond of the child over the internet and stuff like this. See, you gotta fact check these situations. I didn't even know this part right here until right now at this very minute. Like I said before, I only seen the police video, not this actual video right here, and it just screams a whole bunch to me, man. just watch your surroundings, be more aware, you know what I'm saying, be mindful of what you put your children on when they go out, you know what I'm saying, just be on alert, because you know what people failing to realize, man, anywhere that your child is, it's a potential person sitting there listening over them and things like that. You feel what I'm saying? My mama done caught somebody looking at my daughter and had to actually just say, like, what, like really for to get on to him, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad it wasn't me, because I would have snapped, you know what I'm saying, because I just can't take this type of stuff. It's just really bothersome to me. But yeah, man, it wasn't no proof, they said, that he was actually stalking a child. So basically he just stumbled across this. And I feel like I said before in the beginning of the video, it really ain't got to be social media. So don't let this stop you from showing your children or being proud of them or posting on the internet or whatever the case may be. Just keep it at a minimum. And I can't tell nobody how to parent. You gonna feel some way. This person gonna feel some way. So just letting y'all know, we can say what we want to say. Everybody parent different. Everybody got their different beliefs. I just feel like that you just can't blame certain things on certain things. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Fuck, it was just crazy. Let's get back into it though.
He made plans to give the child Starburst candy drugged with tranquilizer and take her when she passed out. Police say there is no verification if candy found on Duran was drugged. At the end of the interview, Duran made an attempt to escape officers. He is now in the Greene County Jail. Xenia Sergeant Lon Etchison says there's days and weeks of investigation left to do.
The arrest with what we made was just the tip of the iceberg. Obviously, there's a lot of questions that people have. We are going to do everything we can to find answers for that.
Duran is being held without bond in the Greene County Jail. He is charged with attempted kidnapping, felonious assault, and felony escape. And now the Xenia Police Department would like to recognize Principal Adkins for his quick actions of calling police and removing Duran from the building. Live in Xenia, Allison Gens, 2 News.
This is hands down one of the worst things I have ever seen. You're about to see
This the body cam footage. It is crazy. It is hard to listen to. If you can't listen to it, it ain't no point in you telling us. We'll just holler at you later. But this is the interrogation video, basically an interrogation video. It's body cam footage. I'm gonna let y'all get into this.
body cam footage from the arrest of Reed Duran. In September 2022, Reed showed up to an elementary school orientation. At first, everything seemed normal, but then parents started to notice that he was hovering over one particular child and acting strange. That's when the police were called and things get Reed was constantly lying during questioning, and when they asked him how he came up with the name of the child he was hovering over, he said he didn't know. It's the name that came to mind at that point in time, and it was just a guess. That wasn't the case at all, but we'll get back to that. At a certain point, the police started to search his vehicle, and they found pamphlets for a recovery center. When they asked Reed about what they were for, he said it was for drug addiction. It turns out it was not for drug addiction. It was because Reed was addicted to looking at explicit images of children. And the reason that he was actually there that day was to kill a child. And I've got to warn you, this is when it gets extremely messed up. Remember when he said he just happened to guess the name of the child? He didn't. He had been stalking the family on Facebook for weeks. He knew that they were going to be at this orientation that day. So he filed paperwork impersonating to be the child's father in an attempt to kill her that day or another day at school. He became...
Okay, now look. He's saying a lot of things. They said a lot of things. I'm not here to confirm or deny either one, but the news spoke about this after the fact, and they did say that it was no proof of nothing that's being said right now. So keep that in mind. Y'all heard that for yourself. I ain't got to break it down no more. I'm just letting people know who just be going with the flow and not really dissecting every single bit of every single piece of the situation. But hey, let's get back into it.
Obsessed with their after seeing images of her on their Facebook, and he used the orientation as an opportunity to carry out one of the most diabolical plots I have ever heard of in my lifetime. And later, after he was arrested, he actually attempted to stab one of the police officers. So here's some of the body cam footage, but just a warning, it is going to and it's going to piss you off.
So what are you doing here in Xenia? So what brought you to St. Bridget? Was there did you drive by, or was there a specific reason that brought you here?
There being a lot of families here.
So you knew there was a lot of families here?
Yeah.
Okay, how did you know there was a lot of families here?
Because it's an elementary school.
But it's in the evening. It's Monday evening. What brought you here?
I looked at the dates that they have for when they are having these kinds of events.
Okay, so what was your intent when you were looking that up? What were you trying to do? When you were looking up to see when their events were, to see when people were going to be here, was it people, children, families, what?
Children.
Okay. So you came here specifically looking for children? Okay. Was there a specific family or just children in general?
Just in general.
Okay, so you didn't know anybody here. And why were you here, sir?
Because of kids.
Okay. What do you mean because of kids?
Because I'm attracted to children.
Okay, so you're attracted to children. What were you coming here to do tonight? Walk me through what was going to go on tonight.
Kids.
Okay. Just anyone in particular? Was there a specific?
Just anyone in particular.
Okay. So walk me through, when you got here, what happened?
Made up a story that I had a child that was going to school here.
Okay. Did you give a name or anything for the child that was going to school? Or?
I said,
Okay, how'd you get that name?
I just came up with a name that had J in it.
Why did it have to be J?
Just the first name that popped, first letter that popped up.
Is that honestly the truth? Because I think you saw that name or came up with that name some other way. So how'd you come up with that name?
Just coming up with a name that goes with the letter J.
Okay, so why J? What was specific about J?
It's a respected.
Okay, so what about a last name? Did you give a last name for who you were here with? Last name you gave. Okay, so how did you come up with that name?
I researched it. People who go there and go.
Okay, so was it online?
Yeah.
Okay, so you knew that name before you got here?
They asked me if I was a kid here, and I told them the name, and then went to the classroom that I couldn't be going to school, and then they said that she would be going to this class, and so I pretended that it was my kid.
Okay. Did you interact with?
I did not. I just kind of just behind her.
You were behind her?
Yeah, just kind of been near her.
Okay. Were you here for her or for anybody else, or was it multiples?
It was just her.
Just her? All right, look at me. All right. How'd you pick her?
Just by her looks.
Okay. Was this prior to tonight, or?
Yeah.
Okay. You say you were attracted to children, so you're a minor attracted adult. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So, what was your plan tonight?
To people home with me.
Okay. And what?
Sure.
Okay. Touch her how?
Inappropriately.
What do you mean inappropriately?
Something they do to an adult.
Okay.
Okay, the video about to be over. I'm just letting y'all know that ahead of time, so y'all won't be thinking it's an extended version to it or something like that. But this dude is fully capable of understanding what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? He's full of sense. He just ain't got no sense. I'm gonna say it like that. He's full of lust. He's just lustful as hell, and it's crazy. It's demonic as hell. You know, it's very lascivious, and I don't understand why somebody would be moving like this. But you know, I'm glad that the police officer was asking certain questions. You know, it just gave a lot of clarity on a lot of things I was speculating. But overall, you know, it's kind of a back and forth ping pong type of situation when it comes to this, because we really just don't know the bona fide truth. We going off what other people say, but we really wasn't there. We really don't know. We can just give our opinion on our judgment. But yeah, man, I want to know your thoughts and opinions on this. This fucker is crazy though.
What would be the purpose in this? Like why did you want to come here and take her home with you and touch her? Why did you want to do that?
Because it's a desire that I have.
Of unlawful restraint.
Meanwhile, a man accused of trying to snatch a
from a local school after impersonating a parent appeared in court today.
Several weeks ago, he attacked an officer during an interrogation, and we're now finding out he initially tried to escape a second time. WLWT News 5 anchor Stephen Albritton is here to break down newly released 911 calls, Stephen, that were made that might have saved that kindergartner's life.
Yeah, the school, you could tell that they were frantic in what was happening, but they made all the right calls to keep these kids safe. Court documents say 35-year-old Reed Duran showed up at St. Bridget's School in Xenia during an open house with the intention of kidnapping a child. Police say he tried posing as a parent, but when confronted, his story wasn't making sense, so school officials called for help.
I have a gentleman here that has trespassed into our school open house asking questions and claiming to be the parent of a daughter, and he is not.
How do we know that he is not a parent?
Because now I'm questioning him, and he's giving me names that is not a daughter. We have nobody here by that name. He gave us a different name, and now he's changing names.
Court documents say he planned to take a child after drugging them with candy laced with a tranquilizer, saying he went to the school to, quote, find a child to obtain sexual favors. The principal says Duran showed up pretending to be the father of a kindergartner, but his unusual behavior made them suspicious.
And the parent who he was questioning about that daughter is starting to get irate, which I don't blame him.
Duran was taken to the Xenia Police Department for questioning, where he is seen on camera right here grabbing a pen and then turning and trying to stab an officer. Duran has been indicted on multiple charges, including attempted felonious assault and escape. But in this video we just got today, he then tried to escape custody again last week, this time from a holding area. He only took 2 steps before officers jumped on top of him and pushed him back on that bench. He's not facing any charges for that escape attempt. Duran was back in court for a bond hearing this morning. Prosecutors say they want him kept behind bars without bond. Stephen Albritton, WLWT News 5.
So look, man, y'all got the real truth behind all of this from what we know and what we can see. He went to go find a child. It wasn't nothing about social media. He just used it as a lie. We should have known he was a liar from everything he was in the interrogation video. But overall, man, like I said before, I'm really not going to change too much of what I said, because I really feel like that, you know, social media ain't really the cause of all of this shit that's happening. A lot of things have something to do with somebody's spirit, somebody's thought process, what they let control them, what spirits, what entities they're allowing to control them at that point in time, you know. But hey, I do believe in keeping your children offline. Like I said before, I just feel like that wasn't the real reason why this shit took place, and we really found out that's what it really was. You know, people really be out here, you know what I'm saying certain things, which is understandable, but overall it's all about being aware. And like they say, to be aware is to be alive. This has been a saying that's been happening way before we was born, you know what I'm saying? But that's the truth though. To be aware is to be alive. So make sure that you're being aware so you can be alive. Make sure that you're watching everything, especially your children, bro, because those are the most precious things that people want these days. So make sure you're taking every step possible to make sure that everything goes smoothly. But overall, man, that's all I got to say. If you made it to the end of this video, I really do appreciate y'all, and I will holler at y'all later on another video. All right.